Hi, friends. Welcome today to my podcast, Giving You a Fresh Start After Divorce. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm ready to get started, and I hope you are too. I hope you had an opportunity to listen to my last podcast on who can be redeemed. And if you did have a chance to listen to that, or let me just say this, if you haven't, please go back and listen to it. But if you had a chance to listen to it, I hope that you believe that you can be redeemed. And I'm praying that you know deep in your heart that you are loved by the Father. And because of what Jesus did for you and for me, we're redeemed. It's not about any works we need to do or any performances we need to accomplish. We just need to receive it and believe it. We are redeemed. So don't let the labels and the lies that you may have put on yourself or someone else, don't let them stay there any longer. Know that you're loved and know that you're redeemed. So for today's podcast, I'm titling it, Are You Resting in His Hands? And I want to read something to you that I hope blesses you. So let these words sink in. Behold, in the hollow of my hand, there have I made thee a nest. And thou shalt lie there down and sleep, though the elements rage, though the winds blow, and the flood come, thou shalt rest in peace. And it's from a book, a little booklet that I have called Come Away, My Beloved, by Frances J. Roberts. And I love her writings, and she talks a lot about the love of the Father in her writings. But I think she so beautifully gives us a visual of resting in the palm of God's hand. So, just take a moment, quiet yourself, and visualize what the Lord is saying here. I think it's a beautiful picture. While storms are raging all around this woman, she is cupped in the hands of God. And the beautiful thing will be is that she is in total peace. Visualize it. Think of it. Just think of, the Lord having his hands cupped together, and in the midst of that little cup, there you lie. You're asleep even, and you're just living in total peace, and the storms are raging around you. Doesn't matter, because you're in the palm of his hand. You're in peace, in total peace. Are there storms raging around you right now? Have you been abandoned and left to feel worthless? Are you soon to be going through a divorce and court is making you feel extremely frightened and vulnerable? Is divorce the last thing that you thought would ever happen to you? Is your ex lying about you, making false statements about things you said or things you've done? Are you a stay-at-home mom focusing on raising your family and your ex-husband is not paying you support, and then your next court date is way far off? Are you not sleeping because you're worried for your children because your ex is mistreating them? Or are you not sleeping because you're just in total panic as to what's happening in your life right now? Is your ex involved in immoral activities and you're concerned for your children's well-being? Are you in court and nothing is getting accomplished? Your ex continually breaks court orders, but the judge just slaps his hand and reissues the same order. Or are you spending days in court and all you see is your attorney bill increase more and more, and you don't even know how you're going to pay it? My friend, if you are going through any of those issues, I know exactly what you're going through because I went through each one of those personally. I can relate to all your feelings and concerns because I've been there. But the beautiful thing is I've overcome. And when we have the ability to overcome, when we overcome, we have that ability to speak into others' lives so that they can have the same victory. The Lord will get you through this journey. And I love this scripture in Romans where it says, yet even in the midst Of all these things, we triumph over them. For God has made us to be more than conquerors, and his demonstrated love is our glorious victory over everything, right? God has made us to be more than conquerors. Well, what does that mean? This is what it means to me. It means that not only am I a conqueror, but I also, in the midst of trying to conquer my situation, I'm in peace. And in the end of it, I'm going to get more than I thought. I walk in total peace and confidence. And the beautiful thing is, I am not afraid of the next battle because I know I'll overcome. How about you? Would you like to be that overcomer? Would you like to know that you are equipped for every battle you face? Then keep pressing in as I encourage you, as I love on you, and I give you the tools to be that overcomer. So what is your kiss from the King this week? It's from Isaiah 49, the Passion Translation. Can't you see? I have carved your name in the palms of my hands. Your walls are always my concern. Or how about this scripture from Isaiah 58:11? Yahweh will always guide you where to go and what to do. He will fill you with refreshment, even when you're in a dry, difficult place. He will continually restore strength to you, so you will flourish like a well-watered garden and like an ever-flowing, trustworthy spring of blessing. Gosh, my friend, rest in his hand. Picture yourself lying in the comfort and warmth of his being, knowing that your name is carved in the palm of his hand. And just visualize him tenderly kissing you and releasing his breath of life upon you. Welcome it, receive it, believe it. And visualize things like the scripture from Isaiah 58. Think about a well-watered garden. What does a well-watered garden look like? It's flourishing with beautiful blooms and blossoms, and the leaves are healthy and the flowers are gorgeous. And it's full of beauty. Nothing is dead about it because it's well-watered, just like you will be well-watered by the Lord. Take some time now, after you have been quiet with the Lord, picturing yourself in the palm of his hands. Really spend some time meditating on that. Spend some time, just close your eyes and just visualize his hands, right? His hands are large hands because he made the universe, created the universe, everything in it. And you are resting in the palm of his hands. And you are at total peace. And just sit picturing that. Sit with it and just let it just envelope your mind and your thoughts and your heart and everything about you. Then, once you've just really grasped a hold of that image, then takes a few minutes and write what thoughts and feelings and desires came upon you as you're, visualizing this. Journal them and don't forget to date it, because it's always good to go back and see these times of deliverance and being set free. And I know for me, I don't know if I've ever, well, I probably have, and I'd have to dig a little deep, and I'm sure that there were moments of that. But for the most part, in my healings have been journeys, and they didn't always instantly happen. But a week could go by, or, a couple of days could go by, and all of a sudden I realize, wait a minute, I am not living in fear about that situation anymore. Or I have peace, or that issue is, I'm not in bondage to, or whatever it might be, right? I may take a few days before I realize, wait a minute, These past few days have been peaceful for me because I keep visualizing myself in the palm of his hands. And I'm asleep. I'm asleep peacefully as the storms are raging around me, as the whole divorce thing is raging around me, and I don't know how I'm going to live. I don't know how I'm going to pay the next bill. I don't know how I'm going to feed my children. I don't know how I'm going to protect my children. I don't know how this is all going to end, and etc., etc., etc. Don't even go there. Just visualize yourself in the palm of his hands. Live and rest in that peace. And one day, and maybe it'll be instant, but if not, one day you're going to realize, whoa, I am living in that peace. So take that time now, friends. Just sit quietly with the Lord and think. Go sit in your favorite chair and just visualize yourself in his hands. And then write about it. Be sure to write about it. Whatever comes, don't try to think. Don't try to put fancy words to it. Just write what's coming to your heart. Be blessed, friends. Be encouraged. Know that you are loved. Know that I love you. Know that the Father loves and adores you. And I'm here for you. And don't forget, friends, to download the PDF that you'll find the link below to add to your already pages for your study guide for you to write in and journal in. Be blessed. Be encouraged. Thanks so much for listening. God bless.